I'm going to review for you something exciting. I always get super pumped when I go to my mailbox and there's something new from Urban Decay, because lately, like within the past year, they've just become my favorite brand. I love using all their products and they rarely let me down. So yesterday I found out about the two new palettes from them, which are the Oz palettes, the Glinda palette and the Theodora palette. So when I went to my mailbox today, I saw they were there. I was super excited and had to immediately do a review for you guys. So I just filmed the tutorial for what I have on right now, which will go up next Tuesday for Tutorial Tuesday. And so right now I'm going to review the Glinda palette. I haven't even looked at the Theodora one, so I don't want to do two reviews in one, simply because one, I couldn't sit through a review of both of these in one sitting, and two, I really want to give it its own look and be able to do a look with the colors before I review it, just to make sure that I know exactly how I feel about it. So let's get started with the Glinda palette. First and foremost, it's in the new Urban Decay style packaging, which is like this tin, and when you open it up, you get 6 eyeshadows. Technically you get 8 eyeshadows, and you get a 24/7 pencil, and then you also get a super saturated lip color. So I just want to talk about each of these colors, but first, again, the packaging is really nice. Urban Decay has really stepped up their packaging in recent year, I guess the last year or so, because this is practical, it's not too thick, it's nice and durable, and it comes with a really super mirror. I mean, look at that. That's a nice sized mirror. It's not like a funhouse mirror, it's definitely a real mirror, so you're not gonna like look all wavy and stuff. The only thing that sucks about it is it's not like, I feel like, oh, the Vice palette. Yeah, the Vice palette actually stays up, so if you were to put this down and you wanted to use it to be able to see your makeup without you holding it, you're gonna need to have something behind it to keep it so that you actually can see yourself, which that's my one complaint about the packaging. So if you're gonna travel with it and you want to use the mirror and you're not someone like myself, I cannot hold a mirror and do my makeup, I need both of my hands, just have it leaning up against something. So we've got 6 shades, and this palette is much more pastel-ish, I guess, than the other palette. It's definitely more light. I mean, the colors are appropriate for Glinda, who's the good witch. So let me just run through the shades here. So first color is Tornado, and it is this purple, darker purple shade. Kind of reminds me of Rockstar, which is another Urban Decay shade. So it's definitely a darker purple shade, and it's definitely got some shimmer to it. Next shade here is my favorite in the entire collection, and that is Aura. Aura is really cool because, first of all, it's 2 shades in one, which is me dropping things on the ground. And this is nice because, first of all, it's 2 shades in one, which I don't know about you, but it takes a lot for me to go through an eyeshadow. So colors like this is actually really awesome because it's half the amount. But in the same aspect, it's really awesome and I want 2 of them. So this is 2 shades, and they're very light. One shade is like a light peachy base with a shimmery pink overlay. And the other color is by far my favorite, and it is a white base with a blue duochrome to it. So these remind me a lot of my all-time favorite thing, Naked Cosmetics Ivory Stack, but in an easier to use form, because I use the blue in the Ivory Stack all the time, but you need to use just a little bit, where this, I had a very easy time applying it in the inner corners right here. And the next color is Magic, and Magic is a pastel, almost like a pastel hot pink, if that makes sense. That's how I kind of see it in my eyes. It's got a little bit of a gold shimmer to it. It's definitely like a satin formula, I think. Next shade is Illusion, and this is a nice peachy shade. It's a little bit too dark for me to use as a highlight color. I kind of did in the look today. I have it up here, but then I took the peachy shade in Aura and put it right underneath my brows. But I really like this shade. This would be a really nice shade for me. How many times am I going to say shade in this video? Anyways, this would be a nice color for me and anybody that has more of a pale complexion to use just as a wash of color on one of those days when you're like, oh my god, I have like 1 second to get ready and I still want to look good. Because of its like peachy nature and because it is kind of shimmery, it would be nice just to kind of even like with your fingers just quick like that, and it would really be an eye-opening kind of color. Next is Oz. Now Oz is another double shadow. So the first color you see is this gold that's got that infamous Urban Decay glitter. And then the other side is a super, super shimmery silver, metallic silver. It's like more than shimmer. So with the gold side, I love the color, but that glitter, it's that chunky Urban Decay glitter that we all know and want to love. Urban Decay, when they reformulated their shadows, they definitely added something that helps that chunky glitter to stay, but this one is reminding me a lot of the old colors. So, or the old formula rather. So when I applied this, because for this tutorial, which I will put up next Tuesday, I wanted to use all the colors in this palette just so that I could try them all out and see how everything works. That's how I like to roll with palettes that have a amount of shadows I could actually use in one look. So for the gold, I put it underneath my eyes and I applied it over a kind of clear liquid liner. That way the glitter would stay better, and I found that that actually helped a lot. And then the silver is just in the outer corners. And the silver applies amazingly. It's super metallic without needing any help at all. And then last but not least is South. South is this gray, taupey, beigey shade. It's kind of like a mid-tone shade, and it has a silver glitter in it, but a smaller grain glitter. I used this color in the crease, and I really liked it because when I was first kind of playing with the colors, I had just applied that pink shade, which is called Magic, and I just put South in the crease, and it looked beautiful. And it really didn't take any effort at all. So this is a great, really light crease color without kind of being super, super, super intense. Now, as far as blendability and texture of these, I really love them all. Like I said, I used all of them on my look that I have on today, and I'm definitely impressed and really like them. Another thing that I like too about this palette is, like I was showing you, they all come out like the regular Urban Decay colors, the single colors. So if you wanted to, you know, you could move them around, or if you have another palette, you could take one out and go, oh, I need to have aura in my life every day, all the time. I'm going to place it with the other colors I use more often than not. So it's nice in the sense that you can take what you want and move them around and such. So then this palette also comes with Rockstar, which is a kind of burgundy pencil, like a brownish purple. So I have that under the eyes, and I have it on the waterline. And I was going to originally use it kind of around the eyes, but I liked using a brighter liquid liner for that. But it's definitely a more muted purple, so you can still use it to kind of smoke out the look if you wanted. And then Glinda. Now Glinda is an awesome color. I love, love, love Urban Decay Super Saturated lip colors. They are my favorite lip product that I've used, just because I like that it's a crayon, and I like the colors that they come in. Some of them are super bright. This one is definitely wearable, as it should be. I have it on right now, and we'll show you a nice picture of my mouth right there. But this color is beyond wearable, and I really, really like it because it's definitely like a My Lips But Better color for me personally. So this whole kit is a huge win in my book. This palette is $49, which sounds like a lot, but then I went onto the website and I kind of did some math. So each of these eyeshadows, because they're full-size eyeshadows, are $18, and that's not including, you know, the fact that you get 2 extra colors essentially. But a full-size eyeshadow from Urban Decay is $18. A full-size pencil is $19. This is about half the size of a regular size one, or I'm going to say it's half the size, so that would be $9.50. And then a super saturated lip pencil is $19. In total, with my calculator on my iPhone, that says that this would retail, and that's not including, you know what, that's not including the case either. I think the cases are like, ooh, I'm gonna look up what the case is. The Build Your Own palette, which comes with one color, is $18. So if we're being technical, retail at about $155 if it wasn't the Oz set. So you're kind of saving $100 here, which is actually really awesome. So I love the Glinda palette. This was kind of a first impressions. I just put on this eyeshadow, and I will have the tutorial for that next week. So I recommend this. I think it's pretty awesome, and it just came out and it's available on urbandecay.com. And let me know if you check it out. So yeah, that's about it for this review, and I'll see you tomorrow for the other Urban Decay palette, the Theodora palette. Bye guys.